guys.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast. We have season 1, episode 8. Wasn't as good as episode 7, but not the worst episode we've ever seen. So,
we're just moving the story along. Everybody, every season, every show kind of needs some of those episodes to build up.
So we're gonna talk about it. Hey. What do I want to start out with? Oh, A&M Podcast Network. Be sure to keep watching out because we have this podcast. Winter House will be on this podcast. That is coming. Yep. I can feel it in my bones. Bravo has announced nothing. I have, if you've been keeping up, finished Southern Charm, so I'm ready for Winter House.
Oh, yeah.
Also, it's about the pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast. Subscribe to that because that's coming along too. We have, I think, the fall, the new season 9 is going to come out. You don't want to miss it. Okay, please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. We've gotten no new reviews, but someone did give us a 5-star rating, I think, because we have moved up to 4.2 out of 5 instead of just 4 out of 5.
Thank you to that.
So congrats to that person. We love you.
5-star review.
Follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. I did finally fucking post something from this episode. So whoop whoop, did it. I need more exciting things to happen so I can post the stories. I need live shows so I can post my tweets that I now follow. Yeah. I know. That was my favorite thing I've ever done.
I really enjoyed that. I actually followed along.
Meredith was live following my tweets. I love it. Okay. And patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you quickly what you can get. For just $1 a month, you will get access to our pre-show where Meredith and I just catch up and shoot the shit and do whatever we want because we can. And then you'll also get access to any episodes that we record early, such as this episode. This is early. Hello, hi. From the past.
From the beginning of the summer. Hey, you were probably at the end of the summer.
We're
just like our Summer House crew.
Yeah. We're just getting tan. Hopefully in real life, when you're listening to this, we are tan, unless you're a patron, in which case, real time, baby. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after show, which is where Meredith and I will talk about any Bravo, mostly Vanderpump, Summer House, and Southern Charm news that we see. I am going to tell Meredith all my thoughts on Southern Charm now because I have a lot of them.
Yes.
And I was texting her about it, and I was being annoying because I was so fucking sad. Whatever. Blah. Also, we'll say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Mariah, Tracy, Dustin, and Jackie.
Woo-hoo!
And then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, during live shows, I will ask for your opinions and thoughts and everything in between, and I will read them on the show. I'm really bad about reading things. I'm so sorry. I'm not dyslexic.
Oh, you read them. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant you didn't read them on air.
But I will get better. No, I just read them horribly. So I will get better. Plus, we'll pick a patron of the episode. But we have 2 $5 patrons, and they're married. So we always include them both because they're our podcast parents.
Woo-hoo!
Jackie and Dustin.
They are crushing Summer House and have lapped us. They are all the way through season 3.
I know. I feel bad, but we just can't watch and record. I could watch it that fast.
Oh,
I just can't record that.
They'll just have to come back with us later on in the season.
I know.
They always they listen. They
do. They're the nicest fucking people. But yes, they have really lapped us so hard. But I think that's it. Oh, also, neither one of us are mixing it up because we're exhausted. Go listen to our pre-show. You'll find out why. Okay, should we get into Summer House?
Yes.
So, previously, we're in the final 3 weeks of summer.
Ooh,
Last week we had Lindsay's birthday party, which was crazy because Carl brought 2 girls to the party and then told Lauren to F you in the G. Which we're still confused about.
Again, it's similar to the Kourtney
ABC,
Kardashian.
My D, E in your E. I don't even know. But Lauren actually went out and slept with some random guy twice, but then cried to Ashley about Carl on a paddleboard on Sunday. And then Kyle hooked up with a girl that wasn't Amanda. And Stephen then told Lindsay that Everett spent or slept in a bed with like 4 other people the weekend prior when they were fighting.
Which he lied about.
Yeah, he said he only woke up next to Nate. So, dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Here we go.
So it's Sunday, 10 p.m. Lindsay just found out about Everett lying. We don't know what to do. She immediately goes to talk to Everett and she rats Stephen out in a motherfucking second. She's like, this is what Stephen said.
But she's also being very calm.
She's so calm. This is the first adult conversation we've seen her have with Everett. Yep.
She said she knows all the roommates say her and Everett are always fighting. So she's like trying to not jump to conclusions and like jump down his throat. She's going to ask him what happened.
He is slightly trying to like be like, you're crazy. Why would I do what? I didn't say that. I told you something else.
Yeah, he's definitely playing the confused. Like, I think hoping she'll just drop at him being like, what? We already talked about this.
He says it's a frequent impossibility. This dude his vocab sucks.
Though. I know. But when he says that, I was like, that is a good point. He could not sleep in a bed with 4 other people.
Yeah, he's fucking tall.
Yes.
Tall as shit. I don't know where his limbs are going if he's sleeping sideways.
And now it would basically have to be a king bed, which we rarely see those.
Yeah. So Everett says he woke up next to Nate. He holds that. He's not going to sleep in a bed with 4 girls. In his confessional, he knows Lindsay would fucking chop his dick off.
Yes.
Probably murder him. I think he's being kind.
He would have to go into witness protection.
Yeah. No, it would be a war and he would lose. I know he's the veteran, but he would lose.
He would lose in a heartbeat.
But then Everett and Lindsay are fine. Nothing happened. She believes him. She gives him the benefit of the doubt. He loves her. Kiss. Fine.
Proud of them. Congrats for being adults.
So now it's Monday at 8 a.m. Everyone's leaving. Stephen hates Lindsay and Everett's relationship, but it's fine because now we get to go forget about it for a week in the city.
Woohoo.
So the only kind of important thing I thought was Kyle's working and now he's working on like this fitness app. It's like a weight loss app. And because he's not with Amanda and he's single, he can now put his full energy into this weight loss app.
Of his time.
If there's anything we know about women, it's that when you date them, you literally can't do anything else. All we do is you have no other
women
energy.
Are a full-time job.
We do not allow you to do anything. No. And so test our sarcasm.
Especially during the weekdays where we're like require all the time.
Yeah, literally we have
24-hour monitoring.
So you have to quit yours to come hang out with us.
But also pay for everything.
Yeah, 1,000%. So have a job, but it won't take away from us.
But when I say come here, you better be there.
You better be here. I hate that he's like, without Amanda, I have work now. And I'm like,
now I can really have a job.
Amanda didn't want to date you without a job. How about that, bro?
Also, we get that flashback of the housemates like working
testing it out.
I was like, the fuck?
If it's a weight loss app, do you call a trainer and he shows up to where you are? Or is it like virtually a trainer?
The way he talked about it, about how it's like you get off track, your trainer will help you. It seems like it's linked to you having a trainer.
Okay, yeah. And then we caught the actual house like doing shit with the trainer. And Stephen Pugh.
Oh my God, poor
guy.
He was
done. He was over.
This just looked miserable. No one looked happy.
But they were supposed to like be the testers, but also they are not actually using the weight loss app. They're just hanging out with one trainer one day.
Well, later, then we get Kyle talking on the phone that it sounded like they were using the app.
Oh, do you think they were talking about him? Because they were talking, whoever was on the phone was like, the weekend goals are being sabotaged by the weekend, or the summer goals are being sabotaged by their weekend.
So that's why I feel like they were actually using the app.
Oh, maybe it is them. Is it like I need to know what weight loss app it is. Is it like tracking calories? How does this dude know what they're doing?
Phoenix, I think is what he said.
Phoenix, the app. Phoenix weight loss.
Yeah.
Joker. Phoenix weight loss. That's
Did it
what I
come
googled. To get into character of Arthur Fleck, Phoenix lost 52 pounds for the role. So we're talking about Joker losing weight.
That's
Here,
not
Phoenix weight loss.
To Phoenix weight loss app.
It doesn't look like crazy if that's what that is. Phoenix, wait. Oh, here. Nope. Beachbody, Noom, Weight Watchers.
So it's probably gone.
Phoenix
by
Fitness
now.
App Store. Here we go. Okay. It looks like and it tells you what exercise.
Sorry, I paused it again, but
that's okay.
Started it because you froze again, but you're good.
Okay, I feel like it's just like I'm like, this is my body type, and they're like, HIIT exercises work best for you or whatever.
Oh, weird. Okay, so it doesn't sound like it's his big success one.
No. It's fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, but now it's Friday, and you know what time it is?
What time is that?
Hamptons. We're gonna drive down, and
let's go sit in some traffic.
We have a full car. Ashley, Lauren, Carl, Lindsay, and Kyle are all driving down together. The twins, however, did not know Carl was gonna be there, and they're a little salty.
Oh yeah, that's awkward. A, the car's packed, and B, it's like you kind of had this awkwardness with Carl last weekend. You're not really ready to address it, but let's sit in a car with each other for 3 hours.
I feel mostly bad for Ashley, who's in the bitch seat for 3 hours in traffic.
Yeah.
So, but we find out Jacqueline, Steven, and Christina all have work events. So it's just going to be 6 tonight, and Jacqueline will meet us on Sunday. Where's Everett, you might ask? He is stressed about something. Let me tell you what, he's putting on a 5 Heal Our Heroes. This is what Everett does for a job.
It's just a 5K. It was weird because it wasn't just a 5K though.
What else was it?
I mean, like it seemed like it was, they had that 20-pound weight, and it seemed like they were in teams. This was like weirder. I could not.
A fun 5K.
A fun run.
A fun run. It wasn't very fun. I wouldn't.
No.
But basically, right now he's like promoting it in the Hamptons. He's trying to raise $40K for mental health services for veterans. And so the crew rolls up to wherever it is chilling, and he calls Lindsay a monk, which I don't know if that's better than geek.
Well, she didn't freak out, so in her book, it's a lot better than geek.
Is it short for monkey? I just have so many questions.
Oh, I have no idea. I have no clue. He just like says words.
I think he likes 1-syllable words to like nickname you.
Yeah.
Hey, monk.
Not like he truly gives you a real nickname. It's just like he just throws something out.
I like geek better than monk.
Me too.
I'm not Lindsay. Okay. So the twins are currently at the house getting ready, but they're in for the race. Kyle and Carl are in for the race. Lindsay's not going to run, but she's going to help out. So she's like helping Everett organize everything and get all the logistics together. And we are just going to hope that their relationship survives this one small task they have to do. That's not even about their relationship. It's so
sad the way they talk. They both say this basically like, let's hope we can survive the weekend.
I was like, okay, but this isn't even about your relation. Like what's going to go wrong?
I guess because it's a high stress. It's so important to Everett. Like I could see a fight happening because it means so much to him.
I don't know. I mean, if Lindsay's helping, it feels weird that they're going to fight about something. What do I know? Honestly. But, yeah. Okay. So Lauren and Ashley are at the house. They are getting ready. Lauren knows she needs to have a conversation with Carl because as a woman, Lauren is gonna speak up for herself.
Oh, of course. Lauren has to have a conversation about this.
Yeah, she thinks it was disrespectful not to have a conversation with her before Carl brought those girls.
Which I agree with.
I agree. And Ashley's basically like, don't get charmed by him. To which Lauren's like, I'm not, you know, that TikTok where she's like, I'm not going to do it, girl. I'm just thinking about getting charmed by him. That was Lauren.
What's annoying is, and this is what's difficult about like being friends with just people in general, is Ashley gets all the negatives. She gets to see some of the positives too, but it's just all this negative stuff gets brought to your door. And it's hard for Ashley to look the other way because she doesn't get any of the benefits. Yeah.
Well, Lauren immediately asks Carl to chat. They go outside. And Lauren's basically like, they were having fun and she thought it was mutual, but then he brought girls and she's just disappointed because he could have handled it differently. And then Carl looks at Lauren and goes, are we dating? We're not dating. And Lauren's like, I never said we were dating. And Carl thinks Lauren is great, but he sensed it was more intense on her side than it was his side. So he just assumed that Lauren was way more into him and like wanted a ring, which she does, but she like didn't tell him that. So,
but she's not the one who said that to him.
So she's like, I don't know why you would assume that. And he's like,
Alicia, if a guy said this to you, what would you think? Like, oh, you're way more into it than me. So like, I was like, I don't want to do this.
I mean, if I'm Lauren is way more into him.
I know, but how embarrassing that it's like.
I know.
Oh, you were more into it, so I pulled back.
Actually, that's just something you just kind of, that's like a breakup line. You're just like, I need to leave. Like, I'm just not in this anymore. But it's not like a way to end just the talking stage, you know?
No, but this is like his excuse. If a guy gave me this as an excuse, I'd be like, excuse me?
I wouldn't know what to do. And that's basically what Lauren does. She's like, where'd you hear this? I want names. So Carl drops Christina's name.
She's the easiest to throw under the bus.
And all Christina really said was like, don't cross a Workus.
Yeah, well, the flashbacks they're giving us don't like match up with this, but I understand like Christina is getting too involved.
I understand Christina got too involved. I think she meant it from a good place.
Yes.
I think it was just
Carl's just throwing her under the bus because she did get involved, but not in the way he's saying.
Yeah, it was just too much. It's fine. Carl does admit that he self-sabotages and he knows it and he apologizes to Lauren. And the Lauren basically says, next move is yours. And then he kisses her a few times.
Yeah.
So she is charmed. I'm not going to do it, girl.
We're back on track with the Carl and Lauren saga.
She did it. Okay, now it is Saturday. Or maybe it's Friday. I don't know. Who cares? Oh, no, it's Saturday, 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, because they're doing the
Everett is 5K. Out the door. Yeah, he's going to his race. It's the day he was praying for no fighting with Lindsay. Lindsay shows up to help. Immediately, something is different that Lindsay did not know would be changed.
Oh my God. This is not how we talked about it. And he's like, things can change, Lindsay.
Oh my God, I know. She was thrown for a loop. But she just loves details. She wants
the sign must be center right here. It's like
my favorite's when she was telling people to go get like muffins and bagels or whatever. She was like, I don't think it would take 4 of you. And I was like, jeez.
That's what people do to get out of doing stuff. Is you're like,
I was gonna say,
let me run the errands.
I'm that fourth person. I'm that fourth person that's like, oh, you guys are leaving? Got it.
Oh, I'll come help.
The rest of the crew shows up for the run. They're stretching. This is when we find out it's in teams. So Everett is on a team with a bunch of ex-military people, and Kyle is on a team with Carl and the Workuses. So I think it'll be really close.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who's going to win this one?
We'll see. So they raised $25,000. That's 5 veterans, a lifetime of mental health care services, which is great.
That is so awesome to hear.
And then this is where we find out that on top of doing a 5K, you also have to carry 25 pounds of weight.
Which, like, what?
So it's time for the run. We mostly follow the Summer House team because that's the team we're rooting for.
Yes.
Carl starts out with the weight and he's really fucking struggling, but the twins can't carry the weight. A, because the twins aren't going to carry that weight, and B, because they got ginormous boobs to carry around already. So
they basically are carrying around their own 20-pound bag.
Yeah, it's on Kyle and Carl. But I literally wrote down, this is my nightmare. I don't run. I don't want to continue running for 5K. I can't do it.
Especially in a team environment.
Yeah.
Because at least if you're just doing it on your own, like you can just go your own pace. But like, can you imagine Kyle screaming at you to like run faster?
I think he was like, well, also on rough terrain. Because let me tell you what happens on this rough terrain, Meredith. Ashley rolls her ankle. And you and I have both been victims to this. Horrible victims to rolling your ankle.
Watching that happen multiple times
made my ankle scared.
Oh my God, yeah.
So just quick background in case you haven't been with us that long. Meredith, tell us a quick story about the time you rolled your ankle. How did it end?
I was walking home. I was walking and rolled into traffic, and basically I tore 2 ligaments and was in a boot for 6 weeks.
I was playing basketball with I was just shooting around, honestly, by myself. And I came down where a driveway meets the grass and I rolled it. And I ended up tearing many ligaments and was in a boot for 4 weeks and had to go to physical therapy. So rolling your ankle is no fucking joke, man.
What? Yeah. Whenever Carl and Kyle were talking about if rolling or like if spraining your ankle versus a break is honestly better because then
you can repair it.
Put it in a cast. It's just so different.
The ligament thing, when I went to, my mom didn't take me to the ER. She immediately took me to like the actual doctor because she knew. Yeah. And she was, and you can't put any pressure on it either. No, so you're not walking around already. You are on crutches. Crutches suck. Let's start there.
Absolutely.
Crutches are the worst. And my doctor literally just looks at me and goes, "Can I be frank?" And I was like, "Sure." And he goes, "You fucked up your ligaments so bad." And I was like, a doctor told me that. So I fucking feel 'tis fine. Even Carl was like, that looked bad.
Yeah, he kept like, he was running behind Ashley. And so he was like, I saw it. It was not good. And what's so sad is they leave her in the woods to finish this.
Yeah, she like tries to keep walking. I get it. And then she can't. So she like goes to the ground and she goes like, because when she was trying to walk, right, she rolls it and Carl's like, that looked bad. And everyone kind of stops. And she was like, no, keep going. I'll catch up. And then I think she realized, fuck, I can't keep going. So then she like was forced to just sit in
the woods alone, which I'm like, this isn't that serious of competition. I feel like if I were Lauren, I would have sat there with her.
Yeah, I would have been like, I'm not going to finish this without you.
Yeah. It's not like we're going to win in theory. Like you're already not crossing the finish line. So I might as well not either.
It's over.
It gives me an excuse to give up.
Same. I'd be like, are you hurt? I'll stay. I'm also injured.
Yeah. Let me help you.
Yeah. So on the plus side, Everett does finish with his team of ex-military veterans. Him and Lindsay have been brought even closer together by this event. They're going to take over the world with their powers combined. They make out a lot. It's great. But then Kyle and Carl cross the finish line, and then Lauren is like slowly behind them, and then they're like, where the fuck's Ashley?
Well, Lindsay goes, where's Ashley? And they're like, oh, she hurt her ankle. I guess somebody should go back for her.
Yeah. So then Lindsay was the one that's like, oh my God, I have to go find her.
Yeah.
So she like gets it out there, and then Ashley's brought back, and I feel so bad. She's like crying in the back of this pickup truck.
Splinted, like they have a splint on it to keep her legs straight. I'm like, geez, this looks rough.
And she was sobbing, and she was like, I was left alone in the woods. And honestly, I think that's an excuse because this is a lot of pain. You and I both were holding back tears when we did this. So I think it's just an excuse to be like, I'm all alone. No one will find me. But I honestly would have probably just laid there to die. I would have prepared. I've been like, this is the end. So the ambulance comes to take Ashley away. Lauren goes with, and it's a very dramatic moment for something that Meredith and I know all too well. So we're like not that
Here's the thing.
traumatized by it.
I can't believe they took an ambulance.
That's a big bill.
That is $1,000.
That's a
Fuck
big
no.
bill.
Put me in your car and let's go to the hospital. Because, like, listen, if I'm bleeding out or I have a heart attack, yes, please get me emergency services. But if I just break something, you're driving me. I'll drive myself, for God's sakes.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as it's not the right ankle, even if it is.
Even is. I feel like I'd figure it out.
I'll figure it out. So it is now Saturday at 3:30. We find out it's a sprain. Ashley and Lauren make it back from the hospital. Ashley's on crutches. I fucking hate crutches. I also don't know how to use them.
And she said she's never used them. And like stairs are so difficult if you've never used them. Those rocks. I was like, oh God,
Did you ever have crutches as a kid?
No.
I feel like if you got them
the first time I had them was when I had knee surgery in college.
Oh shit. That's even probably worse because that's a whole knee that you literally can't put any pressure on.
Yeah, it's there. My sister always had knee issues, and we used to steal her crutches and run away from her.
Oh my God. And now you're like, now I get it. It's bad.
I get it. Yeah.
First time I had crutches was last year with the ankle, and I immediately was like, if they give me a boot, I'm gonna fucking learn to walk in pain because I can't use crutches.
Well, yeah, that's why they give you the boots so you don't have to be on crutches.
I know. All I had to do with crutches was get out of bed, which I couldn't do very well, get to the doctor's, which took me for fucking ever. And then he's like, here's a boot. And I was like, he goes, you can put it on tomorrow if you want like your ankle to breathe. And I was like, no. This thing's going on now.
Yeah. I'm
going to dump the crutches. So Ashley has a cast for right now. Pain level's really high. She lays on the couch and immediately starts bitching about what she did to deserve this, which is nothing. It just fucking happens, girl.
That cracks me up because you can see the look on the guy's face. Like they're concerned when she first rolls in and then she just like is going off and they all just back away. It's like, I'm going to go stand in the kitchen and have a cocktail.
Yeah. So now they're all watching like Ashley and Lauren. So Ashley's just bitching. Lauren's like, it's time for you to shower. We have to wrap up your cast in a full garbage bag, which this is the time to have a twin because I would feel bad making any of my friends do this shit, or I would try to figure it out. But if I have a twin sister, even my normal sister, I'd be like, get your ass over here. You are helping me out.
Yes. And it's Lauren is being a trooper. She's really doing it all. They wrap up the whole leg. And then Ashley's like, wait, I have to take my leggings off.
Yeah. So fucking funny. Literally, Kyle and Carl cannot look away. And then Ashley tells Lauren to get a drink before she gets in the shower because she's going to need it.
Yeah. When I had knee surgery, I just sat at the bottom, like on the ground and like basically showered like that.
Oh God.
Because I had to unwrap my whole leg, but it's not like I could stand. Like I was so scared to stand up and fall.
That's insane.
Yeah. And I didn't have a bathtub at my house. Like my bathroom at my parents' house doesn't have a bathtub in my room.
Oh my God.
So I just like sat there.
I did like the one-legged shower. Again, an ankle's easier than a knee. So that's fucking rough. That you laid.
I just sat there because
So
I just sat and let the water pour over me and just, it was mainly my hair.
Yeah.
Like I really need this shower.
I pulled the one-legged shower where I just stood on one leg and like really tried to maneuver and not slip. And I almost slipped one time, which at that point afterward, I thought like if it happened, I would have just asked the ambulance to come get me.
Which is like horrible because then you're naked.
One time my sister passed out in the shower and we called the ambulance.
Oh my God.
They wrapped her in a towel. Luckily my sister weighs maybe 100 pounds. So she like got wrapped in a towel and they like carried her out. And she was like, I'm fine. I just passed out. And they're like, nope, we're taking you. And she's like, please grab my clothes, Mom.
Oh my God.
So it has happened. But yeah. Okay. So now it's Saturday at 4:30. Kyle's trying to call his business partner, Chris, about this weight loss app, but Chris is breaking up because the signal sucks out here.
You're gargling. Hold up. You're gargling.
You're gargling. I've never heard that before.
Neither have I.
So Ashley is in her room. She hobbles onto her bed and elevates her foot and she calls Brad. Tells him she has torn some ligaments, which is the worst. You will be in a boot and might have to go to physiotherapy. Ashley, we're very sorry. We understand the pain. I get it.
Brad's so unsupportive. He just
my God.
He looks so distracted. It's just like, well, I don't really know what you want me to do.
Because she's kind of like, well, how am I going to do this by myself? And he's like, you don't have to be by yourself. Just get on an airplane and come see me. And she's like, but it's my twin sister, Lauren. And she's crying. And Brad's like, I get it. But also you're fucking married and you're like 27.
Yeah. It's like, I can't be that sympathetic because I'm not with you. I cannot do anything for you. So if you want something, you got to come here.
And Brad,
which he could have been nicer. He could have been I'm so sorry. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
It's the emotional support she needs. She needs to be able to complain.
I think Brad's tired of it. I think Brad's tired of being married and not fucking seeing his wife.
I agree. And I bet, honestly, they had already talked at the hospital.
Yeah.
They have to get this on camera or something. So he's like, again.
Yeah. She's like, can you give me more emotional support? And he's like, no. Can you just come home?
Can you just do it for the cameras really quick?
I get it. This is what we talked about. It's probably hard to date a twin that's never been separated before because anything you so Brad got this cool job in California and Ashley's like, I can't leave because Lauren or whatever, which is like a slap in the face to Brad. He's like, the fuck, we're married.
He comes second to Lauren.
Which he always will. But I get it. I get it. And Ashley does say at the end of the summer, I'm coming home to you. We'll be fine. And she does feel bad.
Yeah.
But this is not the time. Ashley doesn't have the emotional capacity right now. She's all about herself because she hurt her ankle. And I get it.
I get it.
Okay. So now it's 9 p.m. Everyone's just chilling. Lauren and Carl are playing that weird slap the hands game.
Yes.
Kyle's sad because his bed is empty for the first time this summer. And it sounds like he wants a girlfriend to sleep next to.
Sounds like it.
A fucking idea. So now it's 11 a.m. on Sunday. We're packing coolers. We got giant, I don't know what you call them, jars of drinks.
Oh, the drink dispensers.
Drink dispensers full of, it looks like a mojitos and some other thing.
Awesome. I was ready to board this.
We are having a Sunday fun day on a party bus. Jacqueline's on her way. She's going to meet the crew when they're out. The first stop is a brewing company. Lauren is massaging the back of Carl's neck. And Ashley is like, what the actual fuck is happening? Kyle is drinking. And when I say drinking, I mean
they are all going off. Because the thing is, those dispensers probably have mixed drinks in them. They're drinking beer and ciders and they're just doing it all.
Yeah. Jacqueline shows up. Kyle's already drunk and happy to see her. It's now Sunday, 4:30. We're back on the bus. We break out the stripper pole. Lindsay gives Everett a lap dance. Jacqueline's working that pole.
She's crushing it.
Killing it. Because summer's almost over, Kyle can hook up with someone that lives in the house without any consequences. So he immediately, Jacqueline is off the pole for 1 second and Kyle jumps on it. He is
it's so funny Jacqueline? How summer's over, so there aren't consequences. That the same thing happened when I went abroad. It's people just started hooking up left and right in the last 2 weeks. God. Because you don't have to feel embarrassed anymore.
Yeah. Because you probably don't have to see them.
You're just gonna go home. Yeah.
If you don't want to. So that's happening. They're partying. Everett's taking huge swigs from a bottle. Yes. Kyle puts his bare ass dirty coronavirus hands, even though COVID's not a thing, but that's all I thought about, straight into that dispenser. Yeah. Lauren and Carl they're teasing. They're feeling each other. It's 7th grade PDA.
They are on their own little section, talking, and their hands are all over each other, but they're not kissing or groping each other. It's just they're very connected and close.
Yeah, there's no one else on this party bus.
Yes.
And then they start making out, to which Ashley's like, fuck this. And then Lindsay and Everett, after watching Carl and Lauren make out, start making out. And then after watching them make out, Kyle and Jacqueline start making out. And Ashley's basically watching a huge orgy happen.
Yeah, she's just fucked. I would be like, this is ridiculous. I'm injured and you guys are all just going to make out around me.
This is when I would call Brad and start having I'd be like, want to have phone sex? And he'd be like, what?
Oh my God. They're all hammered.
Hammered. Also, if I was Ashley, though, I would just stare at all of them because there's not anything else to look at. I would just like watch them and be like, good form, Kyle.
This
good
is
form.
my worst nightmare.
This is my worst nightmare. Like, I would probably go talk to the party bus guy, the guy.
Yeah, I would go sit up at the front and be like, where are we headed next?
Do you want to make out? No? Okay. So now it's Sunday at 10 p.m. We're home. The pizza's here. Kyle is starting to sober up and he wishes Amanda was here. He just doesn't feel like single Kyle. It's called feelings. Look him up.
Oh, Lord.
I am done being sad for this guy. Like
Me too.
Single Kyle's not a thing.
Here's the thing. I get it at the beginning of the season, but like his actions are not aligning with what he's saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, just be in a relationship because that is what your actions are taking you. Like, that's fine.
And Amanda seems cool as fuck, man. I think she wouldn't care if you guys went out and did this. Yeah. She'd be on that bus with you.
Yes. And like, it seems like that is what Kyle wants.
I think he can have that if he openly said, I don't really want to change like my lifestyle, but I want to do it with you. That's kind of romantic.
Yeah, like we don't have to be like dating, but like let's just be exclusive at least.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. No, but Lauren sleeps with Kyle, and we find out everyone has to be up by 5 a.m. So
yikes.
Monday at 5 a.m. Listen, this was probably the one Sunday I would have stayed.
Oh, hell yeah.
But this would fucking dealt with it.
Suck even more because you're getting so drunk. The hangover is probably terrible at 5. You're probably drunk when you wake up at 5 a.m.
I started drinking water when they were showing Monday at 5 a.m. I was like, I feel it. We're back to the city. So on Wednesday, the twins get facials. Summer's almost over. They have a big change coming. Lauren starts to get a little choked up, but Ashley says that the holidays are coming up, like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and they'll be able to see each other. And then what's up with Carl? So Lauren's having a lot of fun. She knows Carl's a good guy, but she's unhappy with Christina for meddling. So Lauren is like, Christina's comment is why Carl backed up. And then Ashley makes a good point that the only person that should be talking to Carl is Ashley, and even she's not doing it, but Ashley does say she doesn't think Christina is malicious and she really doesn't know who to believe.
I agree. I don't think Christina's trying to blow up this relationship. Yeah. I just think she doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
I think Ashley kind of has more of an idea of what's happening. She's like, Christina's not being malicious. She may be overstepped. Yeah. But I think there was something going on because there was a little flirting.
I think Christina just like loves the drama. So she's like making it bigger and like wants to like do the gossip train thing. And it's like, that's not cool though. And that's what you need to call her out for. Not for like, then what, like Carl's actions are with himself. No matter what Christina said, that's on him. But like, there does need to be a conversation with Christina that's like, hey, I know you think you're being a good friend, but I don't want you to act this way on my behalf.
Yeah, definitely. So we shall see. But now it's Friday. It's like we didn't even have a week. We're going back to the Hamptons. Kyle and Lauren are in the car. They pick up Jacqueline. Ashley's going to show up late with Alexis, who is married. Sorry, Kyle. Christina, Lindsay, and Everett show up together. And the car ride was surprisingly mellow. And Christina wants to know everything she missed. She wants the gossip.
She asked it like 4 times and they like really don't answer her.
Yeah, they're just like, it was fun. Lindsay and I made out is whatever it says. So the other car shows up. Lauren's not really happy with Christina, but she doesn't bring it up yet. Everyone goes outside to watch the sunset. And then Ashley and Alexis show up. We find out Alexis was a friend of theirs from the first semester of college. Alexis was supposed to walk outside and say, "What's up, geeks?" but didn't. Thank God.
I was dying. I was like, love it.
Lindsay would have killed her. And Alexis forces Lauren to take down a beer bong, and Lauren does it like a fucking champ.
And this scared me. Like
Alexis was like, I have to make sure New York didn't make Lauren soft. And I was like, soft? My friend in New York drinks more than I can imagine.
Yeah, but like you got to make sure those skills are on point still.
I guess it's more of like a college like skill.
Yeah.
You kind of lose. But Everett and Lindsay have a surprise for Ashley. They bought her a fucking scooter for her ankle. This was amazing. And the scooter is named Crashly.
Which like is amazing.
Even better.
Loved it so much. I like want to see her out at a bar with this thing.
Same. Amazing. So it's time for dinner. Oh, and Steven shows up. So yeah, it's time for dinner. So Everett, Kyle, Lindsay, and Steven and Carl are gonna go out to dinner. And the girls, Lauren, Christina, Ashley, Alexis, and Jacqueline, are gonna stay in and order lobster rolls. So I'm gonna classify as dinner and the lobster roll group. There's two groups. So Lindsay and her dinner boys, she likes going out with the boys. It's no drama. It's a good weekend for Carl because Lauren's in a good spot. He's in a good mood. 10 out of 10. The lobster roll crew, Alexis wants to know the dating scoop. Jacqueline has no love life except she made out with Kyle, and Christina immediately wants details. Who, what, when, where,
Christina
why, and
doesn't
how.
know something, so she needs to like dig deeper.
All the details. So then we go back to the dinner crew, and Steven also wants the scoop on like who made out, which I think the producers were like, hey, Steven, Christina, find out who hooked up last week. And they're like,
absolutely.
What happened?
Like I read Lauren Conrad's book after like, she was done with The Hills, and she said that producers used to text them to like guide the conversation, which I don't mind this because you do need to keep some type of storyline. So it's like, let's ask the questions that we need to be asked.
Yeah, it's fine. I do think this is more real than The Hills, but
yes,
I do think that they probably drop like people hooked up.
It's still a TV show.
Yeah, we still need a story. So then we find out that Kyle and again Jacqueline made out, and Steven's like, ooh, let me know when someone fucks.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done with all this makeout stuff. What are we in 4th grade?
Fuck some makeout.
I agree, but it's not like anything juicy is happening, so it is still interesting when people make out because nothing else is happening.
I agree, but also when it's like two friends that are probably never gonna fuck, but they'll make out, I like gotta know, you know?
It's still fun.
Like if someone was like Lindsay and Everett made out in public, I'd be like, who the fuck cares? But if they fucked in public, I'd be like, ooh, let's watch it. Carl and Lauren, Carl's talking about Lauren. He thinks she's awesome and fun. But he's a little lost and he really never hangs out with Lauren in the city. And Steven's basically like, if you're not going to hang out with her in the city, you obviously like don't really want to. So like, don't.
Yeah. Don't do it. Like you're either going to do it or you're not. And after 10 weeks of knowing her, you're still not doing it. Yeah. Then like, it sounds like you're just not that interested.
Yeah. So then Everett is like, shut the fuck up, Steven. You shouldn't push Carl to not hang out with Lauren because Steven's involved in my relationship too. Because Everett's mad that he told Lindsay about the rumor with the 4 girls.
Which I'm so excited this got brought up.
Steven's like, actually, I said 4 people. And then Everett says, that's a complete fallacy. Which my eyes rolled to the back of my head again.
And Steven's like, well, that's what you told me, so I'm not really sure what you want.
If I was literally Steven, I'd be like, I don't know what that means. And I know what you said, though. You said 4 people. I can't understand half the shit out of Everett's mouth, but I can understand 4 people. So then the lobster roll group, we talked about Lauren and Carl making out, and Christina's like, wait, wasn't he just hooking up with that other girl that I called the hooker? She didn't say that, but that was the girl. Her name was Sabrina. And Lauren's like, yeah, but there's no proof they actually hooked up, to which I was like, actually, Bravo has the tapes.
Okay, but she doesn't know it.
Doesn't know. Talking. Yeah, but I was like,
and this is kind of sad because it's like Lauren's just trying to tell herself nothing happened.
Yeah, so Lauren's basically like calls out Christina for exaggerating things about Carl, and Christina was named by Carl, so obviously like she said something. And then we go back to the dinner, and Steven is sticking to a story that Everett woke up in a bed with 4 people. To which then Kyle says that they were friends who are girls, but like mutual friends. Did you catch that?
Yes.
So there were girls, and then Everett says that he slept in either Kim or Kem's bed, but it's confirmed she's a girl.
Yes, because Kyle basically says, like, I think he's trying to defend Everett with the 4 people thing, but doesn't realize he's outing Everett for lying to Lindsay.
Yeah, so Everett is outed, and Lindsay's pissed and starts speaking, and Everett says he should kick himself in the teeth because that's better than listening to Lindsay, which that's just going to set her off more.
I'm like, oh my God.
And then as they're like arguing, Kyle goes, this sea bass is amazing.
Carl and Kyle are like trying to, I think, like not participate in this fight and just like
and
move it along.
Signal, like, not now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the fucking
But Everett's like, shut the fuck up. Stop talking about your food.
Yeah. So then Everett tells Lindsay to evaluate her life for once. And then Carl tries to help. It's
not funny because there's such a disaster, but it's so
funny. So then Carl tries to help and kind of be like, Everett loves you, Lindsay. Like, don't, just kind of calm down.
Calm down.
And Lindsay's like, no, you know what? I'm going to sleep at a guy's house tonight with a guy in a bed. And how do you feel about that? And then she fucking leaves. And if you watch when she leaves, there's 2 girls at like the hostess stand watching everything.
God.
Fucking mortified. So
I'm stomping off this, like, what she says, I just like laugh.
I was just like, this is a fucking mess. I don't know how this accelerated so high. I feel so bad for these hostesses who are probably like, these people aren't famous and they're fucking yelling in our restaurant and our boss is gonna be pissed. But we're gonna watch the whole thing. That'd be me.
Absolutely.
It's like a bad car accident. I just have to look.
It's like, oh my God, what is happening? How do I stop this? But also, I'm just gonna sit here and watch.
So we're back to like the lobster roll crew. And Lauren is still calling out Christina for talking to Carl and asking questions on Lauren's behalf. And Christina's like, all I did was ask Carl if he likes you or something like that. Because Christina's like, I didn't do anything. Don't blame your issues on me. And then Lauren brings up the bonfire where Christina told Lauren that Jacqueline and Carl were flirting, to which Jacqueline gets really mad and tells Christina to shut the fuck up. And Christina calls Jacqueline rude and said she's appalled of her behavior at the bonfire, to which pisses off Jacqueline even more.
Which, okay, wait, what could Christina possibly be appalled at?
Like Jacqueline's behavior? I don't know.
Like they were just flirting. It's not like anything like insane happened. To say you're appalled by Jacqueline's behavior at the bonfire?
Yeah, that's a lot. And that's how it ends. So, wah, wah, wah.
So dumb. These fights are so dumb. The Everett and Lindsay one, I'm actually going to give this to Lindsay because this is fucked up. Basically, there's 3 stories out there now. So no matter what, somehow a lie, like Everett is telling someone a lie.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I'd rather watch the Lindsay and Everett fight more than the this girl fight that's fucking stupid.
Because it's like, it's something real and it's kind of juicy and it's like, oh, what's happening? But like you're rude. Fuck you. I hate dumb fights like that.
Yeah, like at least Lindsay's fucking crazy, so it's fun to watch.
I actually hate Christina. I felt bad for her at the beginning.
I did too.
Christina.
This is where I don't really like her.
No.
It's annoying. And I know, like, even I said, like, I don't think she was being malicious, but like, if Lauren says, I don't appreciate you talking to Carl, I'll just be like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I won't do that then.
Like, fucking end it. I don't know. I just can't. So next time we have a rosé party. Lauren and Carl are still having fun, but Ashley fucking cannot stand Carl. Kyle goes on a date with a 23-year-old, which, oh man. Christina and Lindsay get into another fight. Amanda shows up at this summer house, and Ashley ends up getting into it with Christina.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Okay, so now we have fun and not fun.
Ooh.
Everyone was kind of fun because of like that one party bus.
Yeah.
I'm glad there wasn't any drama for that. Like 100%.
I agree. Yeah, no, that was really fun.
Okay, so do you have a fun or not fun that you want to call out for first?
I think I'm gonna do not fun.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but I have to give it to Ashley. I mean, it's not her fault,
Uh,
but the ankle injury really tanked the 5K and made it not fun.
it
And then
wasn't
afterwards, she's like complaining, and Brad's even annoyed with her. It's not fun.
not fun even a little bit.
No.
I'm gonna go with Christina. She's not
Mm-hmm.
fun. I like literally all she said in the house was like, who hooked up? What happened last weekend? Who hooked up? What's going on? Who hooked up? Kind of shit. And it's
Which
like, Christina,
it's been a
play it a
week.
little
Like
cool.
if people are gonna tell you something, they would have already told you.
Yeah, if people fucking care, they would have told you already, but they obviously don't care. It obviously wasn't a big fucking deal.
And like they don't want you to know.
Which like you have to realize that in yourself that maybe you're the problem. No, I don't know.
Yep.
But
She definitely needs some self-awareness for sure.
maybe Everett should tell her to reevaluate her life.
Yeah, Everett directed that to the wrong
You know
person
what?
this week.
Everett for me was a close second and not fun, but I always pick him because he is just douchebag central for
Oh,
me.
he's just a nightmare. Like
The
Lindsay's fucking
worst.
crazy, but he truly just sets her off all the time. They are the
As a
worst couple.
as someone who would just be friends with both, I would rather hang out with Lindsay and like have a good time with her than fucking
Same.
Everett. At least I wouldn't be
Same.
bored or like dictionarying his words.
Yeah, if I had to pick sides, I would pick Lindsay.
Just for the sole fact that Everett sucks. Sorry.
Oh,
We didn't even
100%.
pick him, but he's the worst. Okay, who was fun for you?
I'm gonna go with Kyle.
Kyle was fun.
raging, having such a good time, trying to make that dinner as fun as possible, commenting on a sea bass while his company is screaming at each other at the table.
So funny. So funny. I'm gonna pick Jacqueline for the sole purpose of her working that pole. That was fun.
I loved how
And
when they
then-
were on the phone with her, Ashley's like, I know we make fun of you for twerking all the time, but get ready because this is your
We have a
time.
pole dance. I know it was great. Also, she got a fun little makeout out of it that obviously means nothing to her, which is always fucking fun.
Which is
for
so
everyone.
fun. Yeah.
Literally fun. When both people don't have feelings, it's fun.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, this was fun. Like I said, we're getting close to the season finale. We have 2 episodes left.
We have two more episodes, and then season 1 is coming to an end, and so is summer.
Oh, summer. Okay, well, this was fun. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back with another episode soon.
And don't forget to rate, review, subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
And go join our Patreon. A lot of good stuff coming on our post show here.
Or if you want something free, go follow us on Instagram too.
Yes.
Especially for live shows because I'm addicted to Twitter now.
Yeah, go
Bravo
hit that
Twitter.
follow. Go hit that follow button on Instagram so Alicia can aggregate all the funny tweets for live seasons.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.